All right, all right. Are we rolling? Are we ripping? We are ripping and rolling. What is up, guys? Wanted to do a little building today. Wanted to do a little hanging out with everybody. A couple mechanics I wanted to try out, so figured I might as well do it live rather than just sit there and not do it at all. So I'm gonna try to keep doing these for you guys. Hopefully you guys find some value in this. If not, I find some value in it, so it's a lot of fun to me. So the last thing we did was build this town. Built this town with some mountains around it and a moat. All right. What are we gonna do here? Let's throw something up here. So that would be fun. All right. All right, so we got our floating island with this platform here, and I don't really know what to put on it. So let's keep the theme going. All right. Doesn't look bad. It's kind of cool. It's like a floating village. That works. Actually, nope, that shouldn't have been like that. Should have gone the other way. There we go. We're up to 0. That works. Bring it in to there. Cool. Throw some skeletons up here. Sweet. A little grass. Gotta turn off collision so I can't walk into these. Sweet. Oh, left it downstairs. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, so we got our little floating village here with some skeletons. Drop some more grass in here. Sweet. Test it out. Ride our magic carpet. Ah! Dead. Alright, so that was pretty cool. Flying carpet works. Skeletons work. Oh, I landed on a bird. So that was cool. Let's add something a little harder to fight. Sorry, man. Hopefully you can come back and watch it. I know I'm on East Coast US, so this is like the perfect time for me to build, but I know a lot of people are over in like Europe and stuff like that, and everyone's getting ready to go to sleep, so no judgment. Thanks for checking it out. You'll have something to watch maybe in the morning. I'm just messing around here, man, just making some stuff for fun. Water lava blocks to collision. Yes, I believe you can. Might be under global parameters. Maybe not. Maybe it's under rules. I know you can do certain things with blocks. I'd have to look at it a little bit further. I know you can do certain things with blocks. I think you might be able to add collision to water and to lava. I think by default, lava has collision. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I've never tried walking in the lava. I know water doesn't. I imagine maybe it doesn't either, so you can use it as like a fluid. But I did see somewhere there was a setting. I know you can turn it on to make blocks do damage, certain blocks. So I imagine there's something similar you could do for that. I'll have to look it up. I could have way too much fun placing grass and making it look good. I could have way too much fun with that. I want some trees here. Fill this out a bit. Gonna have to rotate these a little bit after. That one, that. There we go. Got a little bunch of them. Drop this down a little bit. There we go. Oh no. Oh god. Cool. We got some trees. Now let's do more. There we go. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with just the standard assets. I mean, you can make things look low to the ground, high to the ground. You can do all different variations of things. I haven't even gotten into the parent and child relationships you can make with objects, where you can make like 5 objects follow the same thing, and you can just create all sorts of crazy things out of just the default assets. Elaborate elevators, stuff like that. Let's check it out. Yeah. Aha. Oh, these guys are not... I don't even know what I did with those guys. What did I do with those guys? None. Behavior none. That's not cool. Melee enemy. There we go. Tree stump. Oops. We'll have them guarding some treasure, like all good skeletons do. And we'll add this one in too. Oh, that's a big treasure coin. What is that? Oh, it's a shield. Never mind. All of the treasure. So yeah, guys, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just kind of build along with you guys and just kind of have fun. I know a lot of people have had some questions about how the sandbox works, what it looks like, what you can do in it. So I've kind of enjoyed just doing that. Showing people all the things you can do. Again, I'm using pretty much all default assets here. So these are all the assets that come with it that you have access to as well when you pop open Game Builder for the first time, or Game Maker for the first time. And if you don't have a land, that doesn't mean you can't use the Sandbox Game Maker application. I believe you can use it regardless. So, if you want to try it out, you know, see what it's like without having to invest in a land, because obviously land's not cheap. It is at a premium. So, that's about it. So we've got this fenced in skeleton area here. You know, I've seen a lot of people say that they're not a huge fan of the graphics and stuff like that. I mean, they're obviously not like Frostbite 3.0 or anything, or Unreal Engine max settings. But these, I think they definitely have a place and a purpose. And I think that overall they look pretty good. And it sort of highlights the technical limitations that still exist when it comes to creating a metaverse right now. All right, so what can we do here? Add a little more life to this. I think I want to do a hawk and there we go. Oh, I've hit the top of my land. No wonder I can't place anything any higher. So wild. So wild. Max height. So just for the record, guys, you can build all the way down here too. I actually don't... Am I at the max height? No, I'm not at max height. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, you can go pretty high up. So we'll drop bird speed down to 3 because those birds are fast. Let's see this. Put it above the spear. Oh, the bird above the spear. I have it sitting on the tip of it. That would be kind of cool. The other day I had a dead skeleton laying on the ground, and I had two birds doing like the eating animation over top of it. It looked like they were like picking at some dead bones. Ancient treasure. I never really understood why they have indicators for some things and not others. I don't really know what that means, like what that is, what they chose, or what their criteria was for deciding what had an indicator like this and what didn't. I don't know. Bird is way up there, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Hey, this place actually looks kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just little things like that, man. You know, you can just take an animation or something that has a default animation and kind of use it in creative ways. I think that was kind of part of what they did with the default assets that they gave everybody. They kind of wanted to make it something where a lot of these assets could be used in multiple ways, had multiple applications. I think that's pretty cool. So what are we going to do here? I initially kind of wanted to make this an island, but this town has kind of taken over everything and become the center point of the world here. So with the sandbank. Let's see. Look at how cool these pillars look. I gotta put a couple of these up here. Kind of just goes right along with the theme. Let's see. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I do. Wild. All right, let's make another town here. I'm kind of thinking I want to build like some sort of big building. Maybe a place for everyone to hang out, since I might make this a published place that people can actually visit. I might even make it unique to my community. So I might publish this to a land and make it to where only people that have a specific NFT or something that are part of the combo crew can get in there. So I'd like to do some cool things, kind of make some cool places for everyone to hang out. I'd like to do some cool entertainment options too. I know we're still pushing for custom sounds and custom videos right now. So until I can do that, I won't be able to like do like group watches inside the sandbox or anything like that where we could all like watch a YouTube video at the same time. That would be really sick though. And I know the dev team's working on that, so that's something we'll just kind of have to pay attention to. We're gonna build a little city over here. An actual city. Let's see what we got here. We will drop the category to city. There we go. Nightclub. Of course, we need a nightclub. And let's see what else we got. We need some big buildings. The pavilion house. Like it. Like it. These aren't final placement, guys. I'm just kind of dropping these in the land so I can figure out what I want to do with them after. Spin this one over here. 270. Close enough. Perfect. Works. Sweet. We'll add like a city. We're going to build a little city vibe here. So there's really no rules, guys. I'm just kind of messing around here right now. I can change a lot of this on the fly pretty fast. I'm gonna add some streets in though. General store. Everyone's got a general store, right? Let's add some asphalt here. Get rid of the city category for a second. There we go. So you can see there's actually several different asphalt blocks you can use here. So you can do like lines in the road and stuff, which is actually kind of cool. Didn't realize you could do that until I actually just paid attention to it. Meh. Guys, in a perfect world, you usually build your ground and everything, you terraform stuff before you drop your assets. I'm just having a little bit of fun right now. Don't do like I'm doing. Be intelligent. Use your head. Make good decisions. All right, so we got some asphalt there. Let's do the lines one. Which way do these lines go? That way. Perfect. Nope. I lied. Don't want to do that. We're going to do it there. Did that really happen? Okay. So apparently it doesn't go that direction. That's confusing. That must be a bug. They must be labeled incorrectly. Or I'm looking at it the wrong direction. There we go. We got a street. I think this does a really good job just kind of showing off what you can do with default assets. They give you quite a bit of stuff to use. Quite a bit of stuff. That is a big building. Hope you guys are all having a solid day. It was hot as hell here today. As hell. Looks like it's been pretty hot in quite a few spots, actually. So, a couple of friends of mine that live on the West Coast were cooking the last couple days. Dropping a post office. Everyone needs a post office. So they actually just rolled out a update to the Vox Edit tool today, which is not this Game Maker tool, but the tool that you would use to make things like this asset right here. That's made in Vox Edit. They rolled out some quality of life improvements, a few other things. Let's find a car. We're gonna make a car go up and down the road. Why not, right? Go. Oh, I like that car. Whoever made that car did a good job. Yeah. Nice. So it's a basic platform. Have it look at its destination. That's kind of important. Otherwise, it's just going to move backward and forward, facing the same direction, which looks kind of dumb. So if you want to have something move back and forth, always make sure to turn on look at destination. So that way when it's going back and forth on its route, it's turning. Works good if you're trying to make animals moving back and forth, vehicles. I did it with a shark the other day. We're not going that direction. 30? Too far. Sorry guys, I'm a little beat. Just drained my pool a little bit ago. Filled it once. It was having some weird issue filtering. There was like a bunch of dead organic stuff that it wasn't filtering out properly, so I just said screw it and I drained it, starting over, cleaning it out completely. So did that for the past couple hours. A little beat from that. Before, let's test that. Oh, it's got a delay turned on, so it's not going to turn right away. I gotta turn that off. 0. I'm just gonna go back and forth. Yes. There we go. We got a car moving. Now you could also parent like platforms together. You could make this a child, and so have it just not be anything on its own. Make it a child and set some platforms underneath it, hidden under the ground, that are, you know, grouped together. And you could have it move this way, and then have another one move this way, and then have another one bring it back down around the corner. And technically, you could have it go around in around the block, etc. This is just a really basic example of getting it to move. That worked well, though. I feel like this is like a Hollywood movie set. There's like a town, and then there's like a little like a ghost town over here. We got like the forest over here, and the soundstage in the back, and catering on the left. Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna push the club back. And the house. Got a few more cars. Why not, right? There's no rules here. All right, 0. We're going to be going 30 that way. So there's a lot of applications, I think, guys, for this, aside from just games. I think there's a lot of opportunity for some experiences to be made here, too. I mean, you could just literally make a setting for a video. If that's all you really wanted to do, you could use this game maker for that, as animations for a video to embellish a story you're trying to tell. I mean, you could use it to tell a story. You could use it to create an actual experience, you know, whether it be music related, whether it be entertainment related. Again, I'm using just default assets here, guys, so I'm not using any of like anything I've created. And I actually have worked on a few different assets. I haven't uploaded anything yet. I could have with the last game jam, but I just have more things I need to work on first before I even need to worry about uploading assets, so. Another street here. Not sure what I'm doing. Oh yeah, gotta turn this off. There we go. Yeah, it's 86 here right now. How hot is it where you guys are? I feel like the entire country is basically baking right now. All right. If you guys have any requests, something you want to see, a question you might have, can't guarantee I'll be able to answer it. I'm not a pro by any means. But I've been using it for a little bit and learned a thing or two from the cool people on the Discords. I do have to say the community for Sandbox is pretty cool. How do I know it goes the other way, you ask? Well, because we found this out the hard way. For some reason, it shows left and right on the preview, but when you use it, it's actually going up and down. No idea. But at least I knew how I could fix it. I literally just filled this in to create a more believable backdrop because I'm going to drop a building right here. And then basically you'll be fully immersed from this angle. It'll just look like you're in a city. Like I said, you can do all sorts of things with stuff like this, you know, depending upon what your needs are. I suppose if you just needed this for like animation purposes and for recordings and stuff like that, you could just do that. And probably have that probably work. Probably need to add a sidewalk. Probably need to add a sidewalk. Great, it's also facing the wrong direction too, so we're going to have to figure out which direction the sidewalk goes. That one goes over here. Sweet. Assuming this is the opposite direction, so this is probably going to go where you want it to. Yes. Fantastic. Oh, see, I like that better, the way it makes the lines like that. Now we're going to have to try it like that. Yeah, I like that a lot better. But yeah, there we go. We got it. Nice. Nice. There it is. Oh, I don't like where I put that. Nope, don't like that. Pushing it right in there. Sweet. Yeah, I've really been enjoying building on the Sandbox. I think it provides some tools that are really useful for learning, for one. I think it's important to take advantage of that while you can, because I think there's going to be a lot more metaverses or platforms like this in the future where you're going to have the opportunity to build like this. And so I could see this just being good practice for that. Just being good practice for being prepared when it comes time to build those experiences. That's not lined up at all. Nope. It's okay though, because what we can do... Yes. And no one will even know. That's the best part about this. We can just cover this up. No one will even know. You will. Don't say anything. There it is. There it is. Just moved it. No one has any idea. No one has any idea. Cool. All right, so we got our roads, we got our sidewalk. Drop a building. I might actually keep this city here. I kind of like this, this little spot. Kind of like it. Urban house. In case you guys are wondering, this house is urban. So they want to put it there, so I'm going to move the bakery. Well, now we're getting pretty crazy. Besides the water going across the road. Check it out for a sec. I love this guy. I want to name him. We're going to have to like take a poll to decide what we're going to name this guy. I love him. Anyone notice that I set this guy to move backwards? I did. Oh, this looks pretty cool, actually. Can they push me? Is that a thing? Does it go through me? It can push me. That's actually pretty interesting. And pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff like that that you have to find out and test out. And you can understand how that can be useful for obvious reasons. Having something that can push a character is it's kind of a big deal. It's all about making things more engaging. If you can have something cause something else to happen, etc., then you're creating a more engaging experience, I think. So, you know, you push this lever and then this opens up and all of a sudden something pushes you down, you know, some tunnel or something. Or the ground falls out from under you and the platform lifts you up and you go flying up to this next level. It's those kinds of things that kind of set something apart from just being something you're walking through and being like an actual experience. So obviously a lot of that's game polishing, creating those experiences. Oh, this is a fast carpet, guys. See how fast this carpet is? Got like 0 time to get on. Okay. No, it just... Oh, hey guys. Beat the crap out of them. don't know if you can climb that or not. I'm assuming you can. I just can't get up it because I blocked my head with this tree. That's collision in a nutshell, folks. If collision's off, I can walk right through that. That's why you want to turn it off for grass and stuff like that. Unless you want grass to, you know, impede someone's ability to walk, which in most situations doesn't make a lot of sense. Yes. So yeah, guys, the next land sale for this is actually Thursday. It's a pretty good size land sale from what I understand. There's going to be pretty close to the same amount of lands as last time being sold, if I'm recalling correctly. It was like 800 lands, I think 800 regular lands, and then a couple hundred premium lands. And then the estates, obviously. This sale actually has a 24 by 24 estate, which is like 500 something lands. I'm sure the OpenSea bidding for that's going to be off the chain. I'm actually curious to see exactly who wins that plot. Could be a pretty big company. Usually when it comes to those kinds of plots, the 500 plots, stuff like that, those big plots, I mean, the money that gets tossed around there it's crazy. So I can only imagine who's going to come in and buy that plot or something like that. I know I'm getting in. I believe Odyssey and Meta are both getting in too on this sale. It's very different. This isn't something like where you would want to buy a bunch necessarily just to have. It's definitely more something you do with a little more intention. And I think that it being gated behind like crypto, and there having to be a few different steps that you take in order to access it, I think that kind of is helpful. Because I think otherwise you have people that are jumping in and trying to buy it and not necessarily do it for the purposes that the game makers might have created. So it might not be, you know, just because you have land that you can sell and flip doesn't necessarily mean that they made it for that purpose. So it's just something I thought about, something I have thought about. Just have to have more intention with your land, I think, overall. I mean, and you can buy it with the intention of flipping it, but that entry level's higher. So you're paying, you know, a couple $100 for the land as opposed to, you know, some other platforms where you have to pay less than $1 to get a specific plot of land. And I think that the entry level makes it so that there's a more serious intent that you have to have when you come into the platform. You either have to be intent on flipping it and know what you're getting yourself into, or you have to be intent on making an experience. And I like that. I like that there's a bit of intent that that has to exist when entering the platform. And so that's one of the reasons I was kind of drawn to the platform, is that it doesn't really invite flippers. It doesn't really invite people that are going to go in and snatch up a bunch of land and try to sell it. Is it lucrative for them? Absolutely. Is it as accessible and as easy to do? No, it's not. Just because of the speed at which the land goes during the land sales, coupled with the price on the secondary market. I mean, you might be able to get 2 lands if you're lucky. If you're really lucky, you might be able to get 2 lands during a sale. Maybe 3 if it's one of those days where you should go play the lottery. But for most intents and purposes, you're only going to be getting 1. I mean, I know I only had enough time to get 1, and even after I selected that 1 land, I had no idea if I'd actually gotten it for like a good 10 minutes because I was waiting for the blockchain transaction to settle. And so it doesn't show as being fully owned by you until then, and obviously all the land was claimed by then, so I had no idea. The only thing I had to go off of was the fact I had the first few characters of my MetaMask address as the claimed address. So I just had fingers crossed and hope for the best. And in the end, it was kind of wild because, from what I understand, there was 600 unique land buyers in this land sale. So not a ton of land buyers. and I was on a voice chat with a couple people, me, Meta, Odyssey, a couple others, and all of us, all four of us on the voice chat ended up getting land, which I thought was really wild, all things considered, because of how quick it sold out in 3 seconds and how many people were trying to vie for the land. So having a game plan, guys, is a pretty big deal. Obviously, with anything, having a game plan is a big deal, but you know, if you're trying to snatch a land in the sandbox, I definitely recommend having a game plan ahead of time, because you're going to need it. Having an idea of what land you're going to go for, and then just being ready to hit book the second that sale goes live. I do like the fact during the land sales that it's not a refresh war. It's not like, oh, someone might have claimed that, let me refresh and see if there's another one free. It's all real time. So if someone claims the land before you, you're going to see that it's claimed. I appreciate that because you're not wasting people's time. Obviously, it takes a couple minutes of waiting to see if it's confirmed or not, but I think that's less of a waste of time than just refreshing a page over and over again to see if something's available. And that's something that we see quite a bit with a lot of things. I mean, Amazon, the PlayStation 5, Xbox Rust recently. I mean, I camped outside GameStop, so I can't really comment on what it was like buying it online or over the internet or Amazon or anything like that. But I imagine most of those kinds of things, you have to refresh the page several times and freaking hope that it's not sold out. You know what I mean? So at least there's a little bit of assurance and a little bit of clarification on what's going on. So even if you didn't get it, you can just be like, oh man, I didn't get it, that sucks. And it's not like one of those situations where there's a lot of unknown. Now, the transactions don't always go through. Some people don't realize that when you buy land on the sandbox, they don't realize, sorry guys, I'm like almost yawning like constantly here. They don't realize that you have to have ETH in your wallet on top of sand. So sometimes they'll have enough sand for the purchase, but they won't have enough Ethereum, or they won't have enough ETH in their wallet to cover the gas fees. So a land will go off the map, it'll show as booked, and then a few minutes later it'll pop back up as available. So if you guys do get into any of these land sales and you don't get it when everything's initially booked, just hang out on the map for a little bit. You'll start seeing lands pop up all over the place, left and right. Just coming back up as available. And at that point, it's basically like a game of whack-a-mole. Just whoever can click that new land the fastest and book it is going to get it. But, you know, obviously take that as warning. Make sure to have your sand. Make sure to have your ETH in your wallet ahead of time if you decide to jump in on that. I'd also recommend checking out the Sandbox's official live streams. They do live streams like 3, 4, 5 times a week. They do a lot of live streams. At least 3 times a week, I know that. And I know they do a live stream before the land sales, and they'll go over everything that you need to know to be ready for the land sale. That's actually where I got all the top 5 points for my last video. I kind of thought that the preparation steps they provided were great, but they weren't easily digestible because it was inside a live stream, and you had to watch, you know, halfway through this live stream in order to find that information. So I decided it was a good idea to put that information together in a video for you guys. Something 10 minutes long that you guys could just jump into and get everything you need to know about being ready for a land sale, because it's quite a learning experience. I know, especially for people that probably didn't get land on their first time, they will definitely confirm that it is quite the learning experience the first time you do it. So just be prepared for that, as with anything else. We're going to throw a traffic light in here? Absolutely. I also hate the fact it's the middle of the day, so we're going to change this to night. Yeah. Night just looks cooler to me. I'm all about night. Too much. Too much. Get that. Whoops, I forgot to add my sidewalk over here. Good job. What am I even doing? Why am I putting those in the middle of the sidewalk? That's not where they go. Cool. All right, let's get this sidewalk going. Hey guys, let me know if you're building anything, if you have any wild plans for your sandbox land. If you haven't gotten a land yet, maybe you have questions about getting a land. You're not quite sure how it goes, what you need to do, what the experience is like, any of that stuff. Any of that stuff. I just realized the center line is not so centered. Can't have that. Nope. Shouldn't do that. Perfect. Can't really do a middle, can we? Can't really do a middle. We will, though. We're gonna move everything. I mean, and guys, for reference, I have very little experience with like 3D build tools like this. I messed around a little bit with it when I was really young. Like, we're talking like under 18. Kind of messed around with some like early versions of Blender and stuff like that. I don't even know if it was Blender. That was how long ago it was. It was like 15, 16 years ago. So I have a little bit of experience. Aside from that, guys, I don't really have much experience using tools like this. This is just from me learning to use it, messing around with it and learning. And it didn't take me long to kind of get the hang of how most of the basic stuff work. I'm not a pro by any means. There's people that can blast through this. But I mean, it took me only a couple days of using it to feel comfortable using the platform, which is, I think, what most people, all that most people want, is just to feel comfortable using it. I have no idea. I have no idea how long ago it was. I was using this app. I remember making an animation with a 3D modeling app where it's basically like an explosion and the guy blew backwards. Seems really basic, but I had to make every single animation from scratch. And I just remember working on that for like 2 weeks straight. And then, you know, I was a teenager, so I got bored of it and moved on to other things. But yeah, I do remember working on something. I don't know if it was Blender. I might just be saying Blender because it sounds good. It's probably a good thing we did a save. We haven't saved in quite a long time. Yeah, so don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if Blender was 15 years ago or not. Although it's possible. 15 years is actually not that far back. Yeah, animations are probably way easier now. I was like keyframing every single movement. I had first had to create the character and then create all of the different you know, parts, extremities for it, and then I had to animate each one individually. Tech Ops. It was not easy. Not easy. I'm sure there's a lot easier tools out there now. I can't imagine those movie producers and CGI artists and computer graphics artists are doing that all by hand now. I'm sure there's presets and all sorts of awesome stuff that makes me jealous that I didn't have when I was a kid. But yeah, that just kind of shows I didn't have a ton of experience with stuff like this. This was probably the first Game World style application that I devoted more than a handful of hours to. And I felt like it was really easy to learn the ropes of it pretty quickly. Yeah, it is. A lot of it is drag and drop, man. I mean, like you saw me adding all these. Everything I'm adding is basically drag and drop. The hardest part really just comes into the components. You know, you can add a behavior or a component to something. You can turn it into all these different things, and it's really combining these components and behaviors together that kind of get those more complex behaviors, experiences, animations, stuff like that. Yeah, man, you should definitely get in on it. It's fun. I know you enjoy playing Roblox and stuff like that. Or not Roblox, but Minecraft. I saw you talking about how you have love for Minecraft. So if you're into stuff like that, it's very similar. In some ways, especially the terraforming is very similar to Minecraft. But then, of course, obviously, it's a world that you can publish, so you get a little bit of reward for your work after. It's not just the Minecraft world that a limited number of people will ever experience. If you publish it to the metaverse, then, you know, anyone can come to your land. You can share it. You can share it on the channel. You guys can do all sorts of special events in your land. I think that that's a whole new opportunity for content creators, is, you know, creating something like a metaverse style experience or a metaverse presence for your brand, and then doing a unique experiences there, you know. Gatherings, unique live events, stuff like that. I think there's going to be a whole room for that. Yeah, me too. I know a lot of people are waiting for it in E2 and a lot of other platforms, Tech Ops, and it'll get there. That's kind of why I jumped on here, because I need to be able to do something now, kind of get my creative juices out now. And like I said earlier in the stream, it's kind of good practice for when those tools become available in other metaverse platforms, especially when they become available in more maybe graphically advanced metaverse platforms where you can maybe do something that might appeal to, you know, the graphic snobs out there. Because I know everyone can be like that. Oh, lift him. Oh, I didn't lift him. That would have been so cool. Hey, bud. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I don't think these graphics are terrible. They definitely remind me of Minecraft, maybe a little crisper in some ways and a little more vibrant. You know, basically just smaller blocks, really. You can see how these are made of voxels, which are just smaller blocks. Blocks made of smaller blocks. Just allows a little more detail in certain ways, but yeah, other than that, it's very similar. I think it's more the game building engine that they've created along with the underlying blockchain mechanics that really kind of set this apart. Because when it goes live, you know, obviously there's a scarcity of the metaverse map itself, and the fact that there's only a certain number of experiences to begin with. But then you combine that with the types of experiences you can create, the fact you can charge access for your entire land, or just a portion of it, you know, a subset. I think that those are going to be major draws for both brands and people, just being able to take part in those unique experiences, and on the flip side, for those brands to be able to provide those unique experiences. I think that's a big engagement opportunity on both ends of the coin, or both sides of the coin. Drone train editor thing is complex, but allows for a lot of functionality. Just in case E2 is similar. You know, that's a very real possibility that it's going to be similar like that. I've seen the drone editor, and it kind of reminds me a lot of this. I mean, I feel like most editors kind of are the same. You know, you have like your XYZ plane and your rotation and scaling and stuff. I did see the drone editor, and it definitely looks pretty intuitive. Which obviously is important. You want something to be intuitive if people are going to use it. And for people to use it, because people will only use something if it's easy to pick up. So, yeah, the video I've seen of that was very impressive. The day-night cycle looked great. It was very impressive. High fidelity graphics. Definitely the package deal there. I don't know how much is available of it right now. Like, I don't know. I know I saw some videos of it, but I don't know of what I saw in the video and the tech demo of what is actually available of that. If all of that is available, or if just a subset of that is available. Not too sure there. I was watching the stream a couple days ago. I'll be watching it later tonight, but I was watching the stream a couple days ago, Tech Ops, and I saw where you guys were talking about the drone editor, and I remember you guys mentioning something about some pieces of it maybe being not available or something being limited. I'm not sure. I'd have to check it out though. It just lets you build a small arena. Okay, that's what you said. Yeah, the size limitation. Well, I mean, I think that probably plays into like the game itself too, right? Is it small for like just us standards, or just small like for drone standards? Is it only a really small arena? I guess either one makes sense. That's still cool. It's still cool to get a taste of it and to see it in action. we got our towns going here. I'm gonna build another island because same arena size that you play with. Okay. Nice. That's wicked cool, man. Yeah, I was nothing short of impressed with the drone arena editor video I saw. Oops. So, you know, if anything like that comes to E2, sign me the heck up. I'm already signed up though, so. Making a floating island here. So as you can see, you can't just kind of like place blocks in the middle of nowhere. You kind of have to start from something and then go to something else, which is why I made that line. That line of, or that pillar of blocks coming up. Just give me a starting point for it. Probably not going to build for too much longer tonight. Gotta save some stuff. I think we've already done a lot on this land here. Look at all this. So much. This was just a flat plane last time I streamed. Crazy. You guys are nuts. The Kraken already has their foothold in drone. Those guys are always first. Gotta love the Kraken. Not really sure what was going on there with my controls. So when I first started off, I found myself always using one of these shapes, the diamond, square, sphere, etc. Now I find that I use the free tool for the most part. I'll only use like the shapes if I want to, like what you saw me build there with the floating island, because the circle takes up more space, more area at once. Or if I need to make like a plane, a large plane, like a flat plane in real time, then I might use like the square and set the width and depth all the way up from the height to 1. But it's just a lot easier to use the free tool for the most part. Build stuff without using resources. It does, Tech Ops. Absolutely. Everything you see here is free. This game really focuses around the experience itself. So the Metaverse map, everything is on one map. All these experiences, you can jump from experience to experience. Now, what you see here is mostly just default assets. I've purchased a couple myself because I'm adding them in other games or my other game world. But you can also build your own assets, or you can buy really sick ones off of the marketplace if you see something that someone built that you really like and you want to incorporate it in your land. You can buy it off the marketplace. So there's a lot of different opportunities. You know, you can build lands. You could just build assets. You can build a combination of assets and lands. But there's no resources, no. I mean, I guess the one resource is sand token, because that's the underlying currency that that drives the platform. So that's what you would pay for things with when you're buying land, when you're buying assets, etc. But nope, aside from that, no resources. In fact, you actually get rewarded just for playing the game. From what I understand, players either monthly or quarterly, however it's broken out, will get sand awarded to them just for gaming on the platform, which I think is really cool. I think there's, you know, play to earn is definitely a thing. We can build a house or something on this. Yep, so it's all default assets. It's really just about your imagination for the most part. You know, what can you do on your land? Obviously, this is just one land. When you create new for the first time, you have the option to choose the size of the land you're building on. You can do up to a 4x4 at once. So it could be up to 4 of these, you know, 2 wide, 2 long, that I can have in a template at once working on, which is huge, actually. Quite a bit of land. I mean, I've been working on my other single land for my main template, my main project. I've been working on for probably 3 or 4 weeks now. And I'm still maybe 30% of the way done with my initial idea for how I want to do it, and I've spent hours a night working on it while I watch you guys on stream. I'm usually listening to your stream while I'm working on my building, and yeah, it's just, there's so much space. As you can see here, I mean, you can go all the way down, right? All the way down below here, so you can make tunnels, or you can just clear it all out and make all sorts of floating platforms. And you can go up 128 meters, so somewhere up here somewhere. So there's all this space, you know, just to build whatever you want. It could be one big building, like a parking garage style building where it has ramps and stuff leading you to different areas. It could be floating platforms. It could be... the other day I saw a guy make a spaceship. He had 3 lands that were in a row, and he connected all 3 of them, and he has just this huge spaceship that goes across 3 lands. His entire experience is inside this floating spaceship. I thought that was really cool. But it just kind of highlights how there's just no rules. I mean, this is what you start with, but there's really no rules. You could literally delete this whole block and make it a floating balloon that people spawn into and have to sit on the whole time. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here. I think there's a lot of opportunity for some pretty cool experiences. I know my little one cannot wait to play this. I will say that. I let her test my game constantly because kids are great tests for stuff like that. Yeah, the only resource you need is your mind. Which I enjoy. Yeah, I'm struggling there, huh? What are we building up here? I don't know. Maybe we're building... Combo Island Club. A little small for that. Just saying, but... Never know. Yeah, so like I said, you can build a lot of really cool things in this. One of these next streams, instead of doing Game Maker, I'll mess around in Vox Edit. Maybe we can make something, an item together, some sort of asset together. I have a lot of assets I have to build for my other world still, for my other land experience, but trying not to give too much away about that right now. Game's not live yet. Platform's not live yet. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't necessarily want anything stolen. I know that sounds ridiculous, but after you spent, you know, 35, 40 hours already on something, you kind of don't want anyone to take your idea. So, that's that. All right, we got our door here. Nope. Yeah, so I was making a staircase. Because why not? Sweet. I gotta make a platform to get up here too. Which is not done yet. Tell you something really cool to do is make a platform that goes up through the middle of the island. You put a building on top of the platform, on top of the floating island, and then you have an elevator platform come out through the middle and bring people right up into the middle of the land, or into the middle of whatever room you're trying to do. That's always a cool entry style experience. If you have a gallery or something you want to do that with. Me, right now, I'm trying to figure out exactly where this land goes to so I can build a platform that runs up next to it. maybe right here. Yeah, we can put a platform right there. Concrete, not cement. It's not the one I want. There it is, brick wall. I like to use this platform, or this brick wall for my platforms. It's a nice large area. Get this out of here. We're gonna go up. Forgot the orientation of that is screwy, so I have to -30 maybe? Oh, we got this set up. There it is, -30. It's facing the wrong direction. Yeah, so if you're ever trying to make something go up and it's not going up and you're like, I don't understand why it's not going up, check the orientation of it. In this situation, I had to do my numbers negative because it was technically facing down. So. It's 27. How high is that? Just gonna build this out to meet it, huh? Why not? Hopefully that's not too far. I think that'll work. Duration 3 seconds, and it's just going to run on its own. Oh, it didn't wait 3 seconds. Gotta wait for it to come down. I know. There it is. Take me up. Almost got it. Yes. There we go. And then I could add more levels to this. Get some sort of wild tower or something. Street Race. Fast and Furious 9, only in theaters this Friday. Spoiler. There's things that are fast and furious. All right, we're going to probably call it a night here in a second, guys. I'm just messing around, cleaning up a couple things here. Not really sure what I'm cleaning up since I'm literally just building this for fun, but, you know, sometimes that's what you do. I don't really want to do anything else, like I said, on my other land, really on stream. So I have to have something I can build on stream with you guys. I think that's what I'm going to keep doing. So, yeah, I'm going to hop off here, guys. I appreciate everyone that decided to come chill. I know this is different. I know, especially for my like E2 peeps, this is a little bit different from what a lot of you guys were used to seeing, but quite frankly, things got a little quiet there, and I really love virtual land platforms outside of just E2 as well. So Sandbox has been a lot of fun for me so far, guys. If it's, you know, if it's something you're interested in, make sure to check it out. I definitely don't think it's a bad idea to diversify if you're interested in a space. And the Sandbox is giving me not only the chance to do that, but a chance to do a few things that I haven't gotten the opportunity to do yet. So, as always, guys, definitely just check things out if it's something that interests you. I think that's it's a very big deal. Something I always encourage people to do. And don't let the naysayers tell you no. Don't let the naysayers tell you something's not cool or something's not this or something's not that. I mean, sometimes they're right, but check it out for yourself. Always check it out for yourself. Look into it yourself. Make your own decisions. Have fun. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone hanging out here. I'll be coming at you guys with more videos this week. Standard videos, not live streams that are an hour long. Not that I have anything against those. I appreciate them. I just know the stuff I bring to you guys is usually a little more digestible. So I assure you that stuff will be coming this week. Other than that, as always, guys, thanks for checking this out. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And until next time, we'll see you soon.